it's a miracle to get somebody that can be with you in your 20s because you were a different person in your 20s,
Right.
in your 30s because you were a different person in your 30s, in your 40s, and you've even made it to your 50s. To have somebody to transition with you from the 20s to 30s to 40s to the 50s, that is a feat and a blessing.
It is. I agree 100% with that.
I am not the same person I was in my 30s.
Yeah.
And in my 30s and my 40s, I'm a little bit similar, but I'm more. What's up, everybody? I'm Marvelous.
And I'm not your average Joseph.
And we are the Particle Sons. Let's start the show. This show is hilariously inappropriate, but intellectual beyond belief.
You're here.
Let's get it popping. Like, comment, subscribe, all the above, all streaming platforms possible. Search for Particle Sons Podcast. You can see us on the socials as well, at Particle Sons or at Pod Sons. And you can see and interact with these lovely folks that you see on your screen or the voices that you do hear.
Hello.
All right. We do appreciate all the people that do participate in stuff in the polls. The polls do make everything a lot more interesting and stuff, especially to the beginning of the show where everybody has a lot more to say as well. But again, the socials, we take the Ask the Sons questions and stuff as well. And please keep participating and stay alert, stay aware. We are here. All right. How you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling good, my brother. How you feeling? I mean, you're looking mighty spiffy today, brother.
I got movements to make and stuff whatever afterwards and stuff.
Okay.
So I'm in my perfection.
I'm not mad at it, man. I'm not mad at it. I like it.
Thank you.
I like it.
I got the chain out this time.
You got the chain out. Yes.
Improvement. I learned.
It's giving. It's giving Pac like.
You know so funny too. I saw Cam and 50 had like a podcast thing or stuff on Cam's podcast, right?
Okay, yeah.
And they were just kind of going over like it was an old podcast that I guess that Cam did and stuff, but they were going over like their beef.
Right.
Like when they had, because I think Cam had some stuff about, Cam had 1 or 2 tracks about 50 and 50 had like more tracks than about Cam and everything, but they still found a way to kind of
piece it up. And
right? So when I saw Cam now, I'm watching this thing, man had a black turtleneck with an icy ass chain. I'm like, I can do that.
Salute to Cam.
Yeah, so like, I can do that. So here I am.
Nice.
I am.
Nice.
Yeah, man. So tell me, man, what brought you joy this week?
A co-worker of mine, when I got back into the work field, one of the things that we beatbox, because I know for a long time, he came to my 50th celebration and
okay.
But his mom wasn't doing too well and was in the hospital.
Okay.
So we were kind of, rooting and pulling for her. And like, so the Friday, he just had, like, he came in the office and his spirits was like, you could tell, you knew something was good, right? And then he came in and he said, yeah, mom is at the hospital. The doctors were saying this, that, and that, but it's such a relief for myself. And I said, you know what, that's dope. And we hugged it out, and we celebrated, and we just sat down, we had a talk about life. Because I'm telling you, like, this guy knew me from like when I was like maybe 21.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, around that time. So it's like,
more than half your life.
Yeah, and so we've seen each other's stages and so forth like that, right? So
it wasn't like a constant thing you would see this person? Would it be like a periodic thing, or was it like you guys were steady?
So when I was working originally from the company, it was like a day-to-day thing, right? So we became really close. I mean, like, he was there before my two kids were born.
Mm-hmm.
The last time I officially sat down and had we had like wings and beer together, his son was just being born. We didn't even get to finish the wings and beer. He got the call right during we're about to get busy. He's like, I gotta go. I said, nah, man, go ahead. Be out. Do your thing, right? So
can't be smacking on a damn wing while your woman's out there. Push! What the fuck is this bastard?
I'm looking at the drink my beer. I'm like, well, I ain't gonna drink your beer, but I wait for the wings to come. But yeah, so I was really happy for him, and that that brought me joy. Just to know that my friend was down.
Nice.
For those couple of days, and I just kept pushing it. I kept asking every day, this don't worry, things is gonna get better. Things is gonna get better. And when the Friday came and the finally got better,
Mhm.
it was like it felt like a win for me.
So let me ask you this. Do you, and not just pertain to this person, but like, do you, I want to say, because I'm assuming you're an empathetic person, right?
Yes.
Do you take the weight on from a lot of people if they give you like their stories and stuff? So say like I'm a person that you might know
Yeah.
and you see periodically, and I didn't see you in a while. Say I didn't see you in like 3 months and stuff, whatever. And you're like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, my goldfish, died and everything, and I don't know how to cope, and it's the only person I could. Do you take that angst and that kind of sadness onto yourself?
So if I'm not careful,
Yeah, yeah.
I can.
Word.
I can. And
Okay.
it's something that I had to learn. I had to teach myself that okay, I can't take it on too much,
Mhm.
enough to try to try to kind of have a sense of what this person may be going through,
Mhm.
and then kind of just okay, what can I do now at this point
Mhm.
to support that person, as opposed to just you know what I mean? Life is hard for everybody, and start
Well,
getting into
because
that.
we all going through
We
some
all
stuff, whatever. Like I
go through
want to
some of that
say,
stuff.
like, if any case and stuff. Okay, bring it back to a set person, right?
Right.
Their mom wasn't doing too well, and their mom did a recovery and stuff, whatever, right? At one point in time, your mom was probably not doing too well, and then a
Exactly.
recovery and stuff came up, right?
Yeah.
And let's say the people that you might have interacted with before around that time and stuff with your mom, they might have been not that much empathetic compared to you,
Right.
but then there's still a situation where, again, that is part of your world. You have to go through it. This person has to kind of go through it with it. Because I think a lot of people, they get, I want to say, you ever seen some people get turned up or get more angry than you are supposed to get for a situation that happened to you?
Yes.
And I always feel for those people and stuff too, because I'm like, you're making someone else's fight become your fight, whatever, when, again, let's say you can tell me surface details
Right.
and I can claim like I know 100% of it, but you probably gave me enough to kind of just keep me informed.
Right.
And I'm looking like, let's ride out.
Yeah,
We got to
yeah,
do certain stuff
yeah.
with them. You're like, yo, it ain't that
It
serious.
ain't that
'cause
serious. Yeah.
You probably told somebody to fuck off like 1-2 times, and you're like, this is probably a payback from them, so you're not
Right.
taking it
Yeah,
that
yeah,
hard. I'm
yeah.
like, why you ain't say that? Gang, gang, I was ready to fight, right? And a lot of people, they take on, I remember, put like this, I read this book, The Richest Man in Babylon,
Yeah.
long time ago. And one of the short stories, the main thing and stuff is like, do not let somebody else's burden become your burden,
Mm,
right? Not saying that somebody you can't understand and have compassion and sympathy for somebody going through some stuff, but some people don't know how to draw a line to like how far it might go.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I remember you and we spoke and stuff, whatever. And I was kind of concerned for you when it came to I think someone on TikTok. Yeah, there's a person on the TikTok and stuff, whatever, when they gave you the story and shit, like you got to the story, you're like, yo, Marv, you need to read this, whatever. So I was like, okay, I'd do it right now since you told me.
yeah.
And I was like, shit. But then I saw some of your responses. I was like, damn, this nigga Smooth is in it. I was like, we don't know that person. Don't take so much on yourself, whatever,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Balance. That's why I always try to recommend to everybody, because I've noticed stuff at a period of time in my life. I used to be the same way.
Right.
Be like, yo, how are you? And one of my friends, like his father, he lost his father like really early, like
Okay.
when we were in our 20s.
Yeah.
Right. And I pretty much, I want to say for the most part, I was so kind of defeated and depressed for him.
Yeah.
And it's like every time I seen him and stuff, like he was making it do. He was make do. But I want to say he had more happiness to him than sadness. So I don't know if it was like shielding from the crowd
Yeah.
or what have you. But again, I still felt more of the sadness that he should be feeling. Cause I'm looking like, well, fuck, we just basically became men and you just lost your father.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever, right? And I'm like, hopefully we probably don't kick it to like in our like, like beyond over 50 and stuff, whatever. So I'm like, how do you navigate so much of life now when before you're 25, you lose your father?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And I was just more kind of for him, and he more Gucci. His resilience is way better than mine.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, I miss my pops, but he's like, yo, and he cracked the anime joke. He's like, I don't have no Dragon Balls. I can't bring him back.
Right. Right.
So
right. Yeah.
we have to deal.
You have to deal. And again, and I get it because sometimes it's I don't know if it's your own personal experience, and again that level of empathy. But sometimes you always, it's just like you're saying, you always question, it's like is this guy doing like is this like a coping mechanism?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like is he shielding himself from her? Like and then that second part kicks in where okay, maybe I gotta help him cope with whatever he's coping, because maybe he's not really coping with it properly, not knowing that he's got it under control, right? Yeah.
I think for me, I came to a point, again, we don't make excuses for adults, right? So if I come to you and stuff, whatever, like say if I see you over there sitting down, kind of crying, wiping your eyes and stuff, whatever, I'm like, Smooth, you okay? And if you don't want to tell me anything and stuff, whatever, or you say some shit like, gotta have a warrior spirit, gotta keep it together.
Yeah.
And that's all you say.
Yeah.
I'm not pushing the issue.
Right.
But I think some other people will pry to be like, no, Smooth, come on, tell me what's wrong. Oh my gosh. Like, I just can't bother to see you. Nah, dog. You got a mouth.
Yeah.
You got to be part of your own rescue,
Of course.
whatever, right? And I think a lot of people, like, let's say on the other side, on the flip side, the people that do one of this just,
Mm-hmm. Just wait.
Yeah, you wait for
Just
somebody.
waiting.
Just say something.
Just
man.
waiting.
Just say something, whatever.
Are you
gotta-
okay over there?
Yeah. No, if you're not saying shit, whatever, I'm just gonna take it as is, because we got a lot of other shit to do
Right.
in our worlds. Everybody on the planet. So I'm like, yo, if you're not gonna tell me and I'm asking you, or you don't have the courage, or you're not ready yet, cool. That's a you thing and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
So I'm not gonna take that excess burden on and stuff. If I see you're like fully down and defeated, let's get you back up to at least a happy medium
Yeah.
to function or get tasks done and stuff, whatever. But if I see you still functioning day to day, I'm like, yo, you good? And then you're just like, you just wipe 2 tears and stuff, whatever. Like, yeah, I just need a moment. I think I'll be good and stuff after that. And you don't say shit about it.
Right.
Yo, it's just tears in the moment.
Tears in the moment.
Tears in the moment.
What about you, Joy, this week, man?
For me, it was more of a vibe where I think I finally got to sit my ass to the house
Yeah.
and just take in TV.
It was just a nuts hang moment.
Yeah, I know. Like, I haven't watched TV. Like, because, all right, let's say this. Super Bowl
Yeah.
and YouTube was probably the most times I'll see commercials,
Okay.
right? Or
Right.
ads and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
But to say I'm going to watch
This dude is stunting on me because he got paid version of YouTube, so he ain't got to watch no ads.
Yeah. I'm off that, man. I'm off that. I need my information like back, back to back. But I want to say I took in like a little BT. I took in a little MTV,
Right.
obviously the American channels and shit like that. And I'm just sitting there scratching my dome and stuff. And I was like, this feels like a waste of fucking energy. Like,
So, okay.
The productivity and stuff is just like, I can't do it no more.
I'm glad that we got here, because I was gonna ask you, like, now, like, sitting in front, like, is there anything that jumps out to you that's like particularly different
About watching TV?
Yeah.
To me, I think, let's say this, with the entrepreneurship and stuff like background that I have,
Right.
and I don't know, and this is funny and stuff, we'll agrees on it and stuff in a bit, but I don't know, but I want to say a good portion of like my peoples or millennials and everything have this kind of like go-getter mentality. You can't have like one thing and stuff, whatever. And part of that is still in my brain.
Right.
But sitting down here watching other people win or who've already won,
Yeah.
when I haven't fully won yet in life, it kind of fucked with me. So like I sat there for like, I watched, so it was a movie and stuff, whatever, right? Fuck, I'm gonna tell you what movie. Lakeview Terrace.
Okay.
The one with Samuel Jackson,
Yeah.
the neighbors,
Yeah,
and Kerry
yeah.
Washington and shit, whatever. And every time I went on commercial and stuff, like in my head, I'm like, yo, I seen this movie before.
Right.
Fuck am I watching it for? And then like even certain things are edited now
Yeah.
because it's on TV,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And I was like, I could be doing something so much more productive with this. I know this movie. And then even the commercials and stuff, whatever, like seeing like, I want to say Ryan Reynolds had a commercial that popped on. Another 1-2 celebrity had commercials that popped on and everything. I'm like, all these motherfuckers don't won.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
yo, I didn't even finish the movie. I clicked off the movie. I went back doing research, and I was like, I
Wow.
can't do TV like that again. If it's like if it's a dedicated to say, if you invite me over and you're like, let's watch this movie
Right.
or let's watch this show,
Right.
I will etch out time and stuff for it out of my schedule because I realize and stuff, just brain rot, just watching TV is not getting you nowhere.
Right. Right.
And I feel like you could, like back then, I learned a lot from TV. Like, fuck, I used to love National Geographic,
Oh
Discovery
yeah.
Channel,
Yeah. Yeah.
how things are
Yeah.
made and everything and stuff, whatever. But
See, and
quality TV is gone.
okay, see, and that's the point that I was getting at, to see like what's the difference now that when you came back to watch TV, because
Quality TV is gone.
that's
though.
the same feeling that I get.
Okay.
Right? It's like if I sit down in front of the TV now, I'm like, this can't be good for me. It's like
Sports,
yeah,
news, weather.
that's it.
The only things I will look towards a TV and stuff, whatever for.
Yeah.
We have these devices now.
Yeah.
I can get sports updates, weather updates, and news updates. I understand why I don't watch TV and stuff
Yeah.
like that now.
Yeah. Yeah. For me, so I don't do sports.
Mhm.
So for me, it'll be news,
Mhm.
right? Weather, and then the odd series. Like if it's like a drama series,
Mhm.
like I'll be more invested in that than to watch like a show that's like a day-to-day program, because I'm like, a lot of times there's no consistency in the day-to-day program, and it's all all whatever they can do to just catch you at the moment. And I'm like, no, I can't do this.
Mm.
Okay, so and see, and that's sad because I know how hard you work and you're
Yeah.
always working,
Yeah.
right? So for you now to say, let me let my nuts just hang,
And I couldn't do it with
and
the
you just
TV.
couldn't do it. So now thinking about that, is there something that possibly you can do to just say, okay, you know what? It's not work related,
Mhm.
but I can enjoy this me time.
So it's, I think, more of just catching up with my peoples,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
I have learned over the course of like years, like recent years since the pandemic and stuff, that some people claim, well, let's say that a lot of people made a claim and stuff and saying like, oh, no one reached out in the pandemic, or they felt so more lonelier
Yeah.
and all that type of stuff. I understand that. Now we're back to the happy medium and stuff when those worlds and stuff, whatever, now
Right.
not existent.
Right.
Are you answering the phone? Are you accepting the phone calls? Because again, we don't make excuses for adults, where mostly everybody and stuff is probably looking at their phone like once every 5 minutes, at
Mhm.
least.
At least.
Right? So if you see my call, hopefully they take it. And then
Right.
I kind of use this time to kind of catch up, because even like I call, shout out to Biggerville and stuff for Lamar and everything. Like I had hit him and stuff. And he's like, yo, Mar, you don't be texting niggas. You just straight call. I was like, yo, you crossed my mind. I saw your post on the gram like two,
Right.
3 days ago and stuff. I laughed at it. I was like, yo, I'm going to call you someday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, today's that someday
Today's
and
that
stuff,
someday.
whatever, right? And he's like, yo, you know what, Marv? He's like, I ain't gonna lie to you and stuff, whatever. And he started talking about like his cousins and some other peoples and shit like that. He's like, his granny had passed. He ain't hear shit from nobody and stuff for the longest. Besides his girl, work,
Right.
I was the first one to call him and stuff, whatever, since his grandmother passed.
Ooh.
And his grandmother died in September.
Wow. September.
And I called him, what was it, the 18th? The Wednesday.
So other than his girl and work, for 3 to 4 months, he ain't heard from nobody.
Mm-hmm. So I used that downtime to kind of catch up. And then again, I saw this quote. It was on a Batman thing and stuff, whatever. And it's kind of like, they said, when you have coffee, make sure you drink it while it's hot. 'Cause if you leave it sitting there, it's gonna get cold.
Hmm.
And then there's a part where Batman's like, I'm not talking about the coffee. Right? So I was like,
yeah.
but he was talking to a person.
Right.
And he's saying this stuff like, yo, if you leave people for so long, they're gonna get cold on you.
Yeah.
Right? So I try not to let that happen for the most part. So I think me connecting and reconnecting and talking to peoples and stuff like that, and it's kind of like so much information I do process from the podcast.
Yeah.
And learning, for the material that, we talk about and the content and everything and stuff, is kind of like, I kind of have and I'm not even downplaying or looking bad at people or looking down at people. I kind of have more of a leg up on some people.
Right.
Because remember, most people think I'm always happy. I'm never sad.
Right.
Right. But I
Right.
know how to deal with my shit because my resilience is built different. When a lot of other people that I know, their resilience is not like that. So when they down, they might be down.
Right.
Right. So it was more kind of like a pick me up. Like I said, I had a conversation with him. We cracked jokes. We talked about this, that, and the third. Brought him
Nice.
to a happy medium.
Nice.
I'm like, yeah, man, I ain't trying to keep you and stuff like that, whatever. I'm like, yo, if any case and stuff, whatever, like, holla at me.
Right.
Whatever, right? Because I told him and stuff, and I'm like, the same way I called you is the same way you can call me, and you can call other people and
Same
stuff,
way,
whatever.
right.
Right? So again, it's favor for favor, quid pro quo, right? So if you're not doing it like that, find another way to communicate. And that I have a homie, like and I said, the homie I helped move and like do some things and everything yesterday.
Yeah.
This nigga launched like 59 memes like per week. It's like
He's got the meme cannon.
he got the meme cannon, whatever, right? And when we finally caught up and stuff like that yesterday and everything like that, whatever, to kind of help him do a ones and twos, he's like, Maury, I used to cuss you and saying like, I'll be sending you shit and you'll be reacting to stuff in time, whatever. But he's like, and then he looked at like stuff like pertaining to the podcast. He's like, yo, that's so dope how you and Smooth are like talking to yourselves and fixing your problems. I'm like,
Right.
the amount of shit you know, because you're a little bit older than me, I'm like, the amount of shit you know,
Yeah.
you could probably fix most of your own problems.
You can.
You just choose not to and stuff whatever because it's kind of like either you're on a rattle of feathers,
Yeah.
or you're afraid. Those are only two reasons why and stuff, but you know exactly how to fix
I
your
thought
thing.
a third one in there.
What's that?
Some people don't like accept accountability, and in order to fix themselves, sometimes they have to be accountable.
Ooh. Accountability, man. Accountability. One of my favorite A words.
That's one of our favorite A words.
Some of the women's hate the A word like that, but we don't get that.
We'll leave him alone this pod. We'll leave him alone this pod.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
You
No one's
don't know?
safe.
You're not sure?
No one's never really safe on the
Okay,
Prodigal
okay.
Sons.
All right.
Everybody, yeah, they don't even like. Sometimes you clap at me after I clap at you.
I mean,
no one's
this
really
is a
safe
full
here.
circle pod, so
Yeah,
there's something
yeah.
that strikes the conversation again, but I cannot help it.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the polls, man.
Let's get to the polls.
All right, so first poll of the week was, which is more harder to maintain? And your choices were a business and a marriage. What do you got?
Oh, I think marriage I had.
Yeah, marriage? Marriage came in at 77%. Talk about it. Tell me why marriage is harder than a business. Because I'm leaning on the business aspect
Yeah.
because I think a day-to-day thing, a day-to-day check-in and then noticing changes within yourself and your spouse,
Right.
I want to say is a little bit easier to predict sales. But go ahead. Tell me why marriage.
Yeah. I said marriage because when I started really sitting down and thinking about business, for the most part, if you have an idea of what you want to do in life, you've taken steps to get there. So I mean, like you've aligned yourself with certain courses, you've read up certain materials, anything possible to get you to that winning point. And then hopefully, if you're a smart person within business, you just understand that the learning just doesn't stop there because things change rapidly. So you're always trying to stay up on it. So as long as you stay up on it and you keep with those regular business practices, then you should be okay. When I start thinking about marriages, I'm like, there's no real manual for that. The advice you're either getting is from your parents or friends. And not all the time, those advices that they're given
might be applicable.
Or might even be the right advice. So here it is, you have stuff in a business world that's tried, tested, and true, that if you follow that, you can pretty much almost guarantee your success. When marriage is almost like, to me, like it's a trial and error thing. You're constantly trying new things. You're constantly trying to figure out each other, right? And not only you're trying to figure out each other, but you also have to recognize throughout the years, you don't stay the same person. She doesn't stay the same person.
Right. And that's what I mean by the day-to-day check-in. I'll tell you why I said business. Pertaining to a business, we'll say the person wants to do fashion.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So and they chose not to go to fashion school or anything like that, but it's more like they had more of an eye for fashion.
Okay.
So like you were saying, they probably went to school, took courses, got educated and stuff, whatever.
Right.
This person and stuff, let's say grandma or somebody showed them a little 1-2,
Yeah.
like with the needle and the machine,
Yeah.
and they got sick with it on their own, whatever, right? They're now selling their pieces and stuff, whatever. Let's say they make like, clothes, let's say shirts, pants, jackets, or something like that, whatever.
Right.
Not every season, everybody might be into those type of things.
Yes.
Right. And let's say this person is married. If this fashion thing might fail,
Mhm.
they might still be married.
Right.
They
Right.
might not be a business owner anymore.
Right.
A lot in a marriage and stuff, you've been married for a while. How many businesses or how many entrepreneurship things have you done? If it's more than 3,
I've done more than 3. Yeah.
exactly. If it's more than 3, I mean, you've been in the same marriage and stuff, whatever, right? So that's
Right.
why I kind of look where I think the day-to-day check-in,
Yeah.
and I'm not speaking for every partner. I'm saying like in a general aspect, but you have to know who you're like laying in bed with.
Yeah.
Or you have to know like, and if you don't know or you're confused, these are the check-ins that kind of fill in the blanks,
Mm.
right? With the business world, like some people might want, like again, back to the clothing and stuff, but some people might be filling your shirts. Some people might not be filling your shirts. Maybe your jackets might move. Maybe the pants and the shirts don't move.
Right.
Your business might be kind of level going tanking and going under, and you might have to pull up another business. So that's why I said like, I feel like with a good partner, like going back to what we were saying last week,
Yes.
so a good partner and stuff, a good marriage could probably last like 5-10 businesses and stuff and still be through and through. I love when I hear a couple say like, oh, this is our business together and everything like that,
Yeah.
compared to like a Angela Bassett. That shit came on BET, Wait to Exhale. I helped build this company. Then she torched his fucking car.
Mm.
But he still got a new boo.
You still got a
So
new
I
boo.
look at it, I'm like,
still got a new
okay,
boo.
let's say he probably even did like, some people I hear like they might do 2 marriages max. And I honestly gotta know a person's story to know why.
Right.
Because for the most part, most people, if you did it right, you do it one time.
Do it right, you do it one time.
So that's why I feel business from my side. I
Yeah.
get where you're coming
Yeah,
from.
yeah,
That's why I
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
sat
Yeah, no,
quiet.
no.
I was like, I see it. I see. That's why I looked up. I'm like, no, I see it. I see it. A marriage is not easy.
It's
I would never claim a marriage is easy.
Yeah.
I have a failed one under my belt.
Right.
But I have more businesses than I have marriages under my belt. You get what I'm
This is
saying?
true.
You get me?
It's true.
Okay, all right. You gotta be real.
We gotta be real about it,
Like I said,
man.
no one is
You know what I
safe.
mean?
Everybody can get in touch.
Nah. You know what I
Me
mean? We
too.
bring our life experiences to the table.
Exactly. The next poll was, which do you consider yourself? And your choices were a nice person or a kind person. What do you think the polls chose?
A kind person.
80% said kind.
Mm.
What is your definition of a kind person? Because maybe it can probably give a basis and stuff. Because my definition of kind person, I believe I'm more on the kind, and most people sit on the nice. But Rock,
I believe I'm more on the kind than nice as well.
okay,
A kind person is a person who, for me, is willing to lend a helping hand when they see that it's needed.
and what about a nice person?
A nice person,
Because I feel a nice person would do the same
you
thing.
know what a nice person is? A nice person to me is probably just someone who will help the give the helping hand and always try to overextend themselves to kind of please you. So even when you don't need that helping hand, or when you cease to need that helping hand, they still want to try and do something to kind of foster whatever they feel like they need to foster.
So my definition of nice would be, I guess, let's say an example of a nice and a kind person for me.
Yeah.
An example of a nice person to me would be like, we're talking and you see a booger out of my nose, whatever, hanging out of my nose, like a bat coming out of the cave or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And you're still holding the conversation and stuff with me and everything like that, whatever, right?
Right.
Kind person.
Okay.
Nice person.
Nice person.
Kind person would be like, yo, Marv, pull you to the side real quick. I gotta ask you something real quick. Yo, you got a bat hanging from the cave,
Right.
right? A kind person, I feel like you can vent to. A nice person will give you solutions.
Okay. Yeah.
So again, for me, my definition of stuff, it's different for most people and stuff, right? Now bring it back to the polls. My definition wouldn't sit well with a lot of people because we'll cry. You know my friendship rule and stuff, whatever. You have one vent per session per the situation and stuff for the year.
Right.
You can't come back second time with the same situation. Nigga, we talking solutions now.
Right.
This is the kindness in me.
Right.
I want to see you win.
Right.
The nice aspect and stuff would be like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cry here.
Yeah.
Cry here.
yeah. And don't say shit, whatever. And then and some of those so quote unquote nice people,
Yeah.
when they leave that person, they might talk reckless about the person. I'm not saying they all would, but like they might be like, oh, Smooth knows what he can do to fix his situation and shit like that, but he choose not to do it. That's not a kind person. A kind person would have told you what to do to fix your situation when you were there.
Yeah.
A nice person just shut the fuck up, don't tell you shit, and just let it cook. Majority of the world, to me, my opinion, are more, if they're nice, if they're on the softer, warmer side, they're nice than kind.
Mm.
It's a few people that'll tell you like, yo, you got to tighten up. You got to do some, they kick you some solutions.
Yeah.
Solutions and stuff is more the kind aspect, the nice aspect. It's okay, I understand. Like, no one's perfect. The world's like this. Your kids are like that. The job is like that. What are we going to do? Yo, beat them kids. Look for a new job. Nigga, it's your responsibility.
Yeah.
Welcome to Kind Marv.
At work, you think they consider you more kind or nice?
Oh, I would say tyrant.
Not
even. I'll give you a third option.
Not even kind.
I think if any case, let's say this. Pretty much the Young Thundercats and stuff, whatever. Now,
right.
For the most part and stuff around me would consider me, kind.
Okay.
Right. I think nice. I don't really know how to really play nice much.
Yeah.
Whatever. But like, let's say this, the young dudes and stuff, I had a conversation with like, I think, how old is he? Let's say one's 24, one's 25, and I want to say another one might be under 30 for sure. So say 28.
Okay.
Right? 3 young men.
Mhm.
I'm having a conversation with them. I told them this stuff. You can have everything. Everything is temporary.
Yeah.
You can have everything, but not at once. You can be in the best shape of your life at like 15, 16, maybe 18 years old. But now you guys live a lifestyle and stuff where you party, drink, get high, and all this type of stuff. You might not be in the best of best shapes and stuff, whatever. But at one part of your life, you were kind and stuff like that, right?
Right.
One of them he's actually like a IT guy.
Yeah.
And his side hustle is actually creating video games.
Okay.
Right? And when I was talking to them,
yeah,
he started responding and stuff. He's like, can I say thank you? Because you really kind of, he's like, the way you put it down and stuff and said it, it was a reality check that I don't think a lot of people really kind of get.
Right.
Right? Because I said a lot more in the conversation and everything like that. Had him for like maybe 3 minutes and stuff of kind of talking, pointing out facts in life and everything. And I told him, share some of my life experiences. Because I don't feel like I should just give you all theory.
Yeah.
I am practical and stuff well, right? And again, individually, let's say the first one, we'll say, the 24-year-old was the first person. When I exited the area, he kind of left the area the same way. And he was telling me thank you and stuff for that. I ran into the other individuals, like let's say probably one later that day and the other one a day or two afterwards. And I guess they had to marinate and cook with the thought.
Right.
The last one sent me a text message and stuff and like, yo, those are the kindest words I ever said. Right? And I was like, I'm kind? Yay! Small victories. Because I thought you guys would look at me as a tyrant because I'm not going to tell you shit that makes you feel good. I'm going to keep it a buck.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it real. Right? You might not like the things that I say, but if I care about you, I really want you to win. And a nice person ain't going to really, they're just going to shut their pie hole and stuff and just grin and pat on the back.
Yeah, I think, it's kind of interesting how I feel like how my last set of coworkers would feel about me. I know one for sure would probably say 100% kind. Maybe the others, tyrant, but in a good way, right? And
always a tyrant in a good way.
And I say that because I'm always thinking about my coworkers.
Same.
Right? And a lot of times, it's this goes back to what we were talking about off air. People sitting down with problems
Mm.
and not want to say anything about it,
Mhm.
just want to keep it to themselves. But I'm like, no, if it's hard for me, then it's got to be hard for you.
Why? Why is it? Because some people don't take the weight on like how you might take the weight.
Well, I'm thinking because I'm trying to put myself in their
shoes.
right. So I'm
Right.
saying if it's hard for me, then okay, maybe it's not gonna be hard for you.
Mm-hmm.
But in my mind, there's a way to make it easier for all of us. So I'm always advocating,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm always advocating. It's like one time me and my boss caught up, right? And I was like, I had to tell him, I said, listen, I'm here to make sure this company is the best that this company could possibly be, right?
Right.
So I'm not saying things to make a fuss. I'm saying things because there's certain things I see where we can improve.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't say anything about it, how do we improve? The things that how I may say it, it may come off harsh, but sometimes if I say it too soft, the words are not heard.
It's true, and that's why I always like. I think part of my struggle and stuff is not what you say, is how you say some things.
Yes.
Right. And deep down inside, I have a problem with soft language.
Okay.
But I know for a fact that, let's say, my regular way of speaking is not comfortable or not even professional, like in a setting. I work in healthcare, right?
Right.
I can't be saying nigga like that so free and stuff, whatever. I'm in my element here.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
I have to conduct myself in a matter and stuff, whatever. I'm like, when I speak to some people in the type of way, if they know me, they know I mean no malice.
Right.
If they don't, whatever, now I have to find a way to let you know I come in peace. I'm just from a different world, and it may come off a little bit harsher than what it is, whatever, but I'm like, this is the goal.
Yeah.
In healthcare, the goal is the patients.
Mm-hmm.
The patients.
That's the
So
most
whatever
important thing.
whatever the fuck we do,
Yeah.
it has to revolve around the patients.
Yeah.
When motherfuckers like, my work, I got too much work, or I can't do this. If this fucks with the patients not getting their shit, we got a problem.
We got a problem.
We got a problem.
Yeah.
We got to make sure the patients and stuff is right.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I thought about, like, my job.
Yeah.
The verbiage, a lot of people, my words make it seem like I am a tyrant. Deep down inside, I don't have beef with nobody no, one lady, I fuck her. Just one. Just one. I take that back. I'm not
Well-
perfect. I'm under construction. Brick by brick.
Brick by brick.
Minus that lady, if it doesn't affect me, because their win is not my loss.
Right.
Go be great.
Okay.
I always say that and stuff, whatever, right? But again, some people, and I don't want to always put it on race, but they're afraid when black people have to say something.
Mm.
And then they're afraid when black people speak up.
Yeah.
Right? So the tones tend to change in like certain rooms that I'm in.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm the only black person in the room.
Right.
Right? With like a little authority or a little voice.
Yeah.
This shit can get crazy. Because
Mm.
it's like, I sit and say nothing and stuff, whatever. But again, I'm animated and I'm logical and I'm analytical.
Yeah.
So if I hear a whole bunch of jargon and stuff, I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense. We need to trial that for 30 days and come back to that,
Right.
whatever,
Right.
right?
Right.
When I say that now, they're looking like, the black people got a problem. But I'm like, I'm the only black person. I don't speak for all black people. But
Yeah.
work with me, because if you guys aren't seeing this problem, what can I say to you to kind of break it down?
To
and
break it
stuff,
down.
whatever. But again, if you already have a stigma against me from before I even open my
It doesn't
mouth,
matter how you're gonna break it down.
then I'm gonna be me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna just be me and let you know I don't come with no malice, but that shit don't make sense.
Yeah.
Or that doesn't make sense and stuff. And now, and me too. Like one lady, she said it to me and stuff. She said, Marv, I love being in a meeting with you, because when we're in meetings together, you always say, I don't understand. Could you please advise? and she said, no one can explain nothing after you say, please advise.
Please advise.
Because they're looking like, shit, we were shooting out magical words. Then this big forehead fucker over here says something. Now we got a problem.
And see, and that's the thing, right? Because you're result orientated, and people can't argue with your results. So when they look around now and say, he's miserable, he gets it done. So
That's why I've been employed for over 20 years.
So there's got to be something to what he says. I may not like it, but there's got to be something to what he says. I mean, I said, yo, I left that place more efficient than when I came in. So I know what I'm talking about.
Boss, I want to give a quick story and stuff, whatever. Story time. So at my job, right?
Yeah.
We're in a pharmacy, and this was like many, many moons ago and stuff. I was new to the department.
Okay.
Right. But again, I'm freshly educated.
Right.
So I couldn't be 25.
Right.
If I was 25, I'm lying. But if any case, I was freshly educated, fresh for the job and stuff, whatever. Career, yay.
Yeah.
Right? There's a specific prescription, right? I had an exam on this. I had an exam on this particular drug,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
My boss, director, right? Something went down with, like, let's say the fridges and everything in storage and stuff for this drug on the unit, whatever, right?
Yeah.
From what I remember, because like I said, months ago, less than a year, learned about it, studied this, all this type of other things and stuff, whatever.
So still fresh.
Right. So I'm just relaying the information and stuff, whatever, right? I was like, actually, like, because she said a shorter time for storage, and I'm like, actually, it's a little bit longer. It's just that don't launch everything. Like, if you're taking it out of a refrigerator setting and stuff like that, whatever,
Yeah.
14 days outside the fridge, this thing can live for and stuff, whatever.
Okay.
Right? So
Right.
if the fridges went down on a particular unit,
Yeah. You got
we
14
blessed.
days.
We blessed. You can move shit over to the next, like, unit, closest unit by,
Right.
and everything and stuff, whatever. But I said it just, I'm like, maybe, because I was new.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe we can move whatever there to the closer unit, and then we just inform the nurses to go over it and come deal with that and stuff, whatever, right?
Right.
Yo, my boss, she gave me a look like deep down inside, she's like, who the fuck this guy think he is, trying to outshine me in this meeting in front of, I run this, whatever, right?
Oh, man.
So I was like, I'm just trying to help.
Right.
All right, cool. Meeting's done. Break.
Yeah.
She runs straight for the fridge because we have the medication and stuff in the fridge.
Yeah.
Straight to the fridge. Grabs the medication, pulls out the manual because, like, every med has, like, a manual, instructions and stuff, whatever.
Right.
She took it back to her office. I seen her glasses off and on, reading this shit, whatever. Right? To when she saw exactly what I
you
said.
Yeah.
She didn't even say sorry. She didn't say no. You know what she
no.
said to me? She's like, it's always good that you know your material, Marvin. In my head. Oh, my inner Charleston White wanted to come out back then. But I was like, all right, I'm going to have to learn how to shut the fuck up in here because I'm trying to help the team.
Trying to help the team.
Clearly,
Yeah.
people think I missed. So after that was a teaching moment for me. I was like, I'm going to shut the fuck up until the last bitter end.
Right.
If I feel like it's catastrophic, only when I'll speak up.
Mm.
And that's how, like, my life has kind of been and stuff in, like, I guess, a business setting and stuff now.
Yeah.
Because if you're a top dog, you will make the shot calls and executive decisions and stuff like that. I am not top dog.
Right.
And when it comes down to it, it's kind of like, yo, little dog, pipe down. This is big dog talk.
Yeah.
Okay. When little dogs get fucked up, eventually the little dog got to grow up to be big dog.
Grow up to be
So
big
we
dog.
got to run shit. And, like, my boss is still there, but a lot of other bosses or other managers and whoever
Yeah.
that wouldn't listen to their team, they've been fired.
Mm.
So it's kind of like, yo, filter out how the person's saying things.
Yeah.
Because even, like, living in Canada, everybody has so many accents.
Yeah.
Right? You can't look down on the person and stuff because they have an accent or something like that. You need to get the core thing and know for a fact that, okay, how are you processing this? Don't think everything is about you. Don't think everything is a G-check to you. Don't think everything is a shot at you.
Right.
Right? There's the rhetoric. Don't take everything personal.
No.
I can't tell you not to take things personal, but I'm telling you, don't take it personal because, again, you didn't spend your money to build this place. Don't take it personal. if this is your business you built, you have absolutely every right to take it personal.
There's this movie on Netflix, man. Now I gotta watch it. It's so funny because when you're saying it's like, so they're in a health, they're in a I think it's a like, I wouldn't say prenatal care, but it's where they take kids,
Mhm.
right? And so the symptoms that the kids is having, and apparently this is a real movie.
Mm.
The symptoms that the kids are having was similar to like coal miners who were getting like lead poisoning,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So this is like and this is like way back. So the nurse again, new, fresh to the role, right? Just coming to the thing, was going to the director and saying, "Hey,
A lot of people are testing high levels of lead in their system.
the you know, and the no, they weren't testing high for lead,
Okay.
right? Because they weren't testing the kids for lead.
Oh, okay.
But what she was saying, the symptoms
hmm
were exact to how these coal miners were going. And she was suggesting, hey, maybe trying this, which was a medicine to take care of lead. The director was like,
Shut up.
who are you to this, that, and the third is? Are these kids working in a coal mine? And she was like, no, but the symptoms are similar. So maybe, just maybe, these kids are suffering from lead poisoning. So and that's the basis. I didn't get to watch it yet, but I'm
Yeah.
like, that's the basis. I'm like, okay, I know at some point they're gonna figure out these kids had lead poisoning. So let me watch this movie and cheer on this nurse.
Yeah.
And when we get to that right part.
You know, that line's a statement, man. You got to treat your janitor like a boss because everybody plays a role to keep you from taking a loss. And I feel like not a lot of people I'll say this. A good portion of the people of the world are moving with me in mind. Some are moving with we. I think when the people would move with team
Yeah.
in mind, yo, it's instant victory. I want in on that team. I don't want we. I want in on team because on the team, everybody has to play a role and stuff like that. And you don't undermine people's role.
Yeah.
You kind of just know that people are gonna play a role and stuff, whatever, to get the overall task or goal done. Right? And from all types of businesses and all types of workforces and stuff, like, yo, like, I don't want to be the extra nice person. I want to be the kind person to get shit done. So then, therefore, we don't have these hiccups no more. We don't have these things.
That's it.
And I
And
told
the
you,
patients are being taken care
the
of.
patience, man. You know that my favorite Caucasian line. I love it when they say it. Whatever. You know, it's Black History Month, but I love when they're like, "I love the guy, you know, but he tends to mess up." Nah, fire that fucker.
Nah,
Speak to
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Pull his ass up. It's fucking up the team.
Right.
He ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
We all have to suffer.
Nah, the whole team looks bad.
The whole team looks bad. Or
The
whatever,
whole team looks
right?
bad.
He didn't do said thing. So now I found a way to exclude myself from looking bad with that team. Because I looked at him, I'm like, He's like, I'm like, didn't I warn you? I've told you before.
Yeah.
I've warned you in several conversations and stuff before. I've even given you hints and stuff. But the person looked at me like, yeah, I like the guy, you know. I'm like, did the guy get the job done?
Nah.
It's not about liking the person. It's about getting the job done.
As a captain, you got to make sure everybody on that crew is doing what they're doing. Because these captains take an oath to go down with the ship. You don't want to go down with the ship.
Going down with the ship sound like unemployment. I reckon someone gonna be broke. Women don't like broke men, so
Nah.
that's not the space for me.
Nah.
Hey, ladies, I'm employed. I've been employed for over 20 years.
There you go. There you go. We plan on staying that way.
Yeah, I plan to stay
Plan
like
on staying that way.
business moves after business moves. I plan to always making money. All right, man. Where do we start? Where do you want to start? Come on, tell me. I'm here for you, man. I'm here for you.
We want to hit some politics and then we end off with some less serious stuff?
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever.
all right. Let's start off with some politics and end off with some less.
Okay, so what do you want to hit about the politics now?
Swami Rivers. Is that what-
Oh,
Is
the
that-
Potomac? Yeah.
Swami Rivers.
I think it's just to me, to a nutshell and stuff. For the folks that don't know, it's
Right.
more of the a sewage line has broken into DC or the Washington DC area and spilled into the Potomac River. Over 200 million gallons of sewage. That river is testing beyond abnormal levels of E. coli. They telling people do not even turn on taps
Yeah.
until they get certain type of things and stuff, whatever done. So it's a whole water relief thing gotta go through. It's the karma. I say the karma because when Flint, Michigan was going through their shit,
Okay.
Trump didn't move.
Right.
Trump did not move. He made statements about it at that time, but he didn't move. It was actually kind of like more of the local government. And then when he got in power again the second time, he's like, everybody deal with their own shit.
Yeah.
Right? So it's kind of
No
like,
pun
okay,
intended.
pun intended now. You got to deal with this
Now
shit.
you got to deal with this
Because
shit.
the river flows right by the White House, by Pennsylvania Ave, right?
Yeah,
So, I mean, bruh, this is a you problem. What else you want to say about it?
I'm just saying, you know, at some point the people got to realize the government is not for the people. The government
The
is
people have a problem believing that. And I say that like just in general, every government.
Yeah.
Right? You realize your country government is not doing anything to help benefit you and your circumstance, and you're just a citizen.
Right.
That might not be the country for you. But a lot of people, they had this mentality like the government will come save us. I think, and I'm not shitting on or taking shots at Americans, but there's a good portion where the stimulus package, when the stimulus was going out, they thought eventually maybe they might be saved.
Yeah.
Right? No. They did that for the businesses.
Yeah.
If you didn't understand that, I'm telling you that they did it for the businesses. Pertaining to now where there's no pandemic and the businesses and stuff, I want to say pretty much okay or flourishing.
Right.
Hell, everybody has inflation going on and stuff on their business.
Yeah. Yeah.
People looking like any minute now they might throw us a stimulus. Sit the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Throw your stimulus. They trying to find out the people who didn't need it the last time and see if they can get the money back.
PPP loans? What? Forgot about that. How can I forget about that?
How can we forget about that? But you're right. It's for the businesses because they knew when they were giving out those loans that probably a good quarter of those people didn't deserve it, but they didn't care because they knew that money was going to be spent back into the economy to help those same businesses that they were standing up for.
And that's why they made that statement. Don't worry, we will find you. Because they knew who they cut the
knew,
checks
they
to,
knew.
But they just waited for a good portion of that money to go back into the economy.
Circulate.
And then penalize you, run you through the process, and get extra money from you in the process. Yeah.
What you got on your head?
What, for politics?
Yeah.
I don't got shit on
All
politics.
right, let's move on.
I think the thing, because you know why? I'll say this. For now, while this dance of the Epstein files and stuff is going out, that's one side on American, unlike the US side of politics and stuff, whatever. On the Canadian side of politics and stuff, I think their aspect is more, we want to figure out where we're going to pledge our allegiance to while Donald Trump makes these, I want to say, these notions and stuff, whatever, to the world. Because I think Carney got a little more brain than like me probably put out there and stuff, whatever. And I know I haven't had a conversation with him to say that, whatever, right? But I have to have a conversation with the person. But for the most part, the Canadian politics thing, you know, as a Canadian citizen, what the government could be doing better for you.
Right.
And your question is, are they doing that? And if your answer is no, you need to look at the people who you chose to get elected.
Yeah.
Because it has to work for, like, you only vote for your best interest, no?
You should only vote for your best interest.
So if you voted for your best interest, shit is not in your best interest, you voted for the wrong fucker. Politician, sorry. Politician. Me, next thing, a new pedo has entered the chat.
Oh.
Are you burning your Jordan, sir?
Hell no. For one, he didn't pick the style. There's a shoemaker who did that.
Tinker Hatfield.
And I like the style.
Tinker Hatfield. Shout out to the retros. So let's talk about this Jordan thing.
Okay.
So as we can see, Michael Jordan, he stays winning and stuff, which is a good thing.
It's a good thing.
It's a good thing from basketball from like I want to say from North Carolina, he's been doing kind of well. Like even if he has little 1-2 pitfalls,
Yeah.
like from the gambling to his father dying to the divorce, he's actually remarried again. Again, see,
Again,
he got married twice.
twice.
Mary Jane diehard compared to how many businesses this man done
Yeah,
had.
you got a lot
Still
of
going.
business.
But there's something said about Michael Jordan spending, I want to say, his time and wealth with everybody and everywhere, whether we know about it or not.
Right.
Right? Pertaining to NASCAR, it was never a shocker to me where Michael Jordan, I want to say, even with Team Jumpman, would even like stop to go.
Yeah.
Because everybody's looking for a sponsorship.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of people have no problem with stuff saying like, we'd love to throw our logo on that.
On a car, yeah.
So it could be seen
Mhm.
and then, get this, free commercial shit off for them. When his team behind him won,
Right.
or the team that he's behind and stuff won, I found it very inappropriate for him to be touching up someone else's kid like that.
Okay.
For myself.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not saying Jordan's a full pedo, but I did make the joke and jest and stuff, whatever. But something about touching a little boy's ass who is like less than like 10 years old
Right.
multiple times. Yeah. You're not ever like, I don't care if you came through the house and, this is how you and him play. No. Don't play with my fucking kid like that, whatever. This is unacceptable for any adult.
Yeah.
Because I'm an adult and I wouldn't be touching up nobody's kid and stuff like that, whatever. If it was like, I want to say, not even nieces or nephews, I wouldn't even go that far and stuff, whatever, like that, whatever, right? Because we have tons of like younger relatives and
Yeah.
everything to be touching up ass and I was uncomfortable with it, whatever, right? He seemed comfortable with it.
Right.
And the father of the son seems very comfortable with it. He's like, Michael Jordan and I, like, we kind of go back. Everybody's looking at it the wrong way, but I took it like this. I'm like, sounds like you sold your son to Jordan.
Sold son to Jordan.
Whoa. Changed my mind, kind sir.
Well, okay, so let's play devil's advocate here.
All right,
Because
all right. Let's talk.
I've watched the video once.
Okay.
And after watching the video once, I didn't even want to bother looking at it again, right?
Were you disappointed?
Yeah, when I first seen it, I was
Okay,
disappointed,
same.
right? And then the ice theory came out. I don't know who started the ice theory.
Talk about it. What's the ice theory now?
So now the ice theory was when they won and they entered in the winner's circle,
Mhm.
a lot of champagne was being popped, sped up in the air, and then the buckets with the ice buckets with the champagne was in was also being tossed, right? So now they're saying
Kid got splash?
if you look at the back of the kid's shirt, the back of the shirt is soaked. So that was the first thing I noticed when I did see it, right?
Okay.
So now what they were saying now is if you go back and look, and again, I ain't going back to look at shit. What they're saying, if you go back and look,
He's pinching his shirt off
they're
his body?
saying there was clumps of ice that went down the kid's shirt. Now,
I
here's the
see
thing.
no ice drop.
But and that's the thing. What I'm saying, right? So, and here's the thing. There's no audio, right? So you're really lying on the context of the visualization, right? So what they're saying is now, if you look, he's not touching the kid's ass. There's ice in the bottom of the shirt. He's trying to break up the ice, free up the ice. The ice falls out of the shirt, drops on his leg. He now wipes off the kid's leg, right? So I'm saying, okay, if that's your explanation, right? And if that's what really happened, are we now going to say, okay, Jordan was wrong for trying to break up the ice and free it up from the kid's shirt to help the kid out?
Mm-hmm.
Or should he have just left the kid alone to suffer because of what the optics might look like? Right?
Oh, the optics are definitely something.
The optics is definitely there. And people are saying, okay, if he's really a pedo, knowing what's going on in this day and age with all this happening with the Epstein shit, we have people that are trying to keep their name from being redacted. If he's really a pedo, is he really now trying to do this in the public with all eyes on him? So then now people are making the argument, well, this, that, and the third. So I said, okay.
Your natural response is your natural response.
Your natural response
So
is
if you're a natural pedo, you're a natural.
Well, your natural response is the natural
This
response.
is the video.
Okay.
We don't have copyrights to it, so I can't show
You
you
can't
guys
show
to you. But I'm showing Smooth
Okay,
again.
okay, so okay.
Did you see something drop?
No, I don't see anything drop. But okay, look at he's grabbing the shirt. What is he doing right there to the shirt? See, we were saying he was grabbing his ass. Okay, so now when I'm looking at it, I don't see him grabbing the ass. I see him grabbing the shirt,
Yeah.
going like this. Then I see him rubbing the leg. Right? So somebody said, okay, if that's the case now, I'm saying there's no context, right? We don't hear no volume, there's no sound, right?
Right.
What if the kid is now saying, Daddy, 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 I got ice down my back, right? Dad is busy in the winner's circle celebrating.
Mhm.
He can't hear the kid, right?
Mhm.
Now he's saying Jordan has become a family
Family
friend,
friend.
right? So if Jordan's become a family friend now, and he hears the kid crying out, saying Daddy, and he realizes Daddy can't hear him or anything like that,
Mhm.
he stretches forward and says, you know what? Let me help now free up some of the ice that's in this kid's back, that and the third. So now I started asking people, if that was a situation that you were in, you know the kid, right?
Mhm.
You see the ice physically and it's bothering you. Would you now step in and lend that helping hand to free up the ice and kind of stop that kid from being whatever he might have been in, like, I wouldn't say
Yes.
agony, but whatever.
When you word it like that, yes. Because if it's my homie's kid and stuff, whatever, and let's say, I don't know, let's say if my homie's over there, kid is right here and is trying to, like, same thing, get daddy's attention and shit
Right.
like that, whatever. I would say to him, what's wrong?
Yeah,
But I would still notify the pops.
right.
So let's say if he's super distracted or something like that, I'll probably try to find the mom
Mm.
or next closest kin.
Yeah.
Or even if the kid had a sibling,
Yeah.
I'd be like, "L, go take your brother to the back. He said he got some ice and stuff for him. Bring him right back here and stuff like that, whatever, right?"
Yeah.
To take it upon yourself, like, I can be your hero, baby. I get it. Because
Yeah.
you know what the dope thing too? When you said that, I thought about a situation with your wife. There was a situation, we went to a party and stuff years ago. You were there. I don't know where you were exactly. There was a little girl
Right.
there, random little girl.
Right.
And what even kind of stood out to me, whatever, was because the little girl wasn't, I want to say, not racist, but it was predominantly black setting, and the little girl wasn't black.
Right.
And her clothes was like kind of fit a type of way or set a type of way.
Yeah.
And your wife got up out of her chair,
Yeah.
went to the little girl and fixed her clothes.
Mm.
And then let her go run off and go play again or whatever, right?
Right.
So I was like, yo, and then, yeah, your wife, she's like, I'm sorry, I want to have my kid out here looking all types of ways and everything and stuff like that. This is a party. This is a
Yeah.
function,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We got to decent up the kid and stuff, whatever, right? And if the mom was here, I probably might tell her stuff like, look, I fixed up your kid and stuff, whatever, because with these kids running around here and stuff just look all types of ways.
Right.
But I'm like, no, she needs to fix up,
Right.
whatever, right? And she did it without thinking.
Yeah.
We live in a different world.
We live in a so okay. So as you say that,
Mhm.
the night when we had that really horrific snowstorm,
Yeah.
right? We were driving to go pick up my son. On the way there, we seen like this lady. She was like really like
Please don't tell me
laboring.
pick up a hitchhiker.
Hold on. Laboring in the snow, right?
All right.
And of course, my wife, the Good Samaritan. The first thought was, oh my God, we should offer her a lift, right? But right after that, she caught herself and said, but in this day and age, you can't even offer her a lift because she don't know it's from Adam. The first thing she's gonna look at and turn around and say, these people are trying to kidnap me. It's always the optics. It's always the optics. You may want to come off as somebody who's trying to help. I'll give you another example. I was in the grocery store,
Mm.
and this I want to say young lady. I don't think she was, she definitely wasn't teen, but she was young, right?
Yeah.
She had on this dress, and on the dress, back of her, there was like, it might have been like a down feather from a jacket or whatever,
Oh, okay.
but it was resting on her ass, right?
Pervert.
It stood out because the dress was black, and you see this white feather. So I'm like, if I've seen it and I'm noticing it, everybody else is seeing it and noticing it. Going back to that whole, the whole, are you gonna be that nice person? Kind person. So I tapped her and I said, hey.
I'm a person, so I'm gonna tell you got a feather on that fat ass.
So I said, hey, I just want you to know that there's a feather on your ass. And if I notice it, anybody else can notice it. And she goes, oh my gosh, thank you, right? And then now, she's now trying to turn around to now take the feather off.
She can't reach.
She can't reach it.
So now you.
So I said, so I go like this. I go like this.
My services.
I said, excuse me. I don't want to be forward because, again, it's the optics. I go, I don't want to be forward. I said, allow me the permission to remove it for you.
I'm the perfect gentleman in every situation.
She said, sure, go ahead. So then I took it off. But at no time was I'm never going to do it without asking.
Where was your wife? Where was your wife, sir?
Happy that I was at the grocery store picking up groceries.
By your damn self.
But in no way am I going to make this attempt on my own, knowing what the optics could be and knowing I don't know this lady from Adam. She may think that I may just try and be copping a free feel.
No, I think what the way you did it was 100% correct because one, again, it's something that you thought as a kind person, you're going to help this person, like no matter what the situation is, you can at least give them the information. They can't do it. You're like, yo, do I have consent?
Yeah.
You asked for consent. There was no foul, no nothing wrong.
Right.
I think it would be crazy and stuff if like a dude just walked up without saying shit, like plucked the feather from my ass and stuff, whatever. He's like, what the fuck? Oh, you had a feather on your ass. Police!
How I know you put that feather there and then pluck off?
Yeah. I get what you're saying, pertaining to the Jordan situation now. Okay. I'll look at it with different eyes and stuff, whatever. But it's good to know. I think me as a millennial, we come from a different time.
You come from different times?
From a different time. Let's talk about since we're here, Smooth. We're here. The time you came from, the time I came from, are two different times.
2 different times, man.
You know what? Side note, right before I cook and stuff about this millennial and Gen Z shit, whatever, Gen X stuff, somebody thought you were my father.
Somebody thought that I was your father?
Like you did a podcast. You record a podcast with your father?
Yes, son. Oh my gosh. Son Marv.
I'm a prodigal son in more ways than some.
Prodigal son in more ways.
Kick rocks. Yo. I said, no, he's older. He's 11 years older than me. He's from, Generation X.
Yeah.
So the person's like, oh, okay. Well, I'll check it out. So I'm like, yeah, it gives you a balance and stuff between the worlds because, again, Gen X people see things different compared to how millennials. See things and stuff.
For sure.
So it's like, I realized that, again, even how we approach problems and situations stuff in the world, it really kind of hones in and stuff. When you're taking in factors or a problem, right?
Right.
Say if you see a neighborhood fire.
Okay.
You see a neighborhood fire and stuff, like a house is going down and stuff, whatever. Hopefully everybody and stuff is on point to say, we're going to call fire station, fire department, and get this shit solved and see what they can tame and stuff by themselves. Some problems, you don't need to know nothing about the issue. You just know that this needs to be kind of dealt with, you know?
Yeah.
However, before it became a problem, this is when you should be interested in stuff from like who is who and what is what.
Yeah.
Right? Like I feel like a millennial carpenter or millennial construction worker would be different from a Gen X carpenter or construction worker.
Yeah.
Because let's say ways to go about building things and stuff then.
Right.
Technology has changed and stuff and it might be a little bit simpler.
Yeah.
It might not, I'm not saying it's good.
Yeah.
but it just might be a little bit more simpler, quicker, and it may not deliver the efficiency and stuff for her, but like it might be a whole new code about where they go about things.
Well, I mean, Gen X's probably have no idea about prefab until now. Where millennials, their whole life is probably beginning at prefab.
Yes. Yes. You
Yeah.
guys grew up in a world with playing toys with lead paint.
Well,
And you
lead
guys
paint-
gonna be
lead
dying.
paint. We had a choice of unleaded and leaded gas.
They're like, no. We sorted out those demons already. For these 1980 babies right here,
Yeah.
we gotta clean our world for you guys. Fuck the other ones we didn't save. They'll figure it out.
They'll figure it out.
Well,
They'll
we
figure it
got y'all. What are let's say this. What are bad things you can say about Gen Xers?
About Gen Xers?
Yeah, about your people. And then I can tell you some bads about my people.
The bad thing that I could say about Gen Xers is that once they problem solve things, they don't want to pass on that information.
They don't like to teach.
They don't like to teach.
That's interesting.
And I think it is because I think they have a resentment that they had to learn things the hard way. So a lot of times it's like, you go figure it out.
Okay, I'll ask you this. Do you personally have a problem teaching?
I have no problems teaching.
Because which is good. Because and then my next question to you after that is now, what about, let's say, your close proximity friends you kind of grew up with and you're still in contact with? Besides their own children, do you see them like? Well, shout out to Sling. Let's minus Sling.
Minus Sling.
Minus Sling. Right? But do you see your homies and stuff, whatever I want to say, kind of like at a guidance type of level, or just taking shots and stuff and saying like these kids are so stupid?
So minus Sling, and I want to say minus Aubrey. Other than those two,
Aubrey writes children's books.
Yeah. Other than those two, I don't see it.
That's insane. You got an arsenal of people that you know and kick it with.
Yeah. Other than their kids, I don't see it.
So I don't know if millennials might have that problem, because I want to say we try to get everybody on the same page to know what we're talking about, where we're coming from, right?
Right.
So it's kind of like, if you don't know where I'm talking about, I have to teach you to kind of inform you so you kind of get my point of view on whatever argument or discussion or whatever I'm trying to. So I have to teach.
Yeah.
So you're saying that they'll look and be like, you kids will never get it. Fuck you guys.
They're moving on. They're looking for somebody who might already, or they don't want to. They don't want to teach.
For millennials, okay, I'll say this: when you're saying it, I see it.
Yeah.
For millennials, I feel like our bad is I want to say oversharing. We set the way for oversharing.
Okay.
It's like, so when it came to like the Gen Zs,
Yeah.
oversharing wasn't a problem for them.
Right.
Because we kind of came up in that technology time.
Yeah.
Where like, again, technology is not making its way, social media is making its way, and we're growing up with it.
Right.
So it's kind of like, I want to show you what my Black Planet page looks like. I want to show you what my MySpace page looks like. I want to show you what my wall looks like, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Until a lot of people realize this stuff, again, I get either like life lessons or just the way how they move. Some people like tend to like put private things and stuff and limit who can see their shit.
Right.
Not all. You guys mastered that shit. Not a lot of people know about y'all world. Not a lot of people know what y'all going through.
Yeah.
But us, like I said, the motherfucker will go private, but then they'll post on their story.
Heart on their
no
sleeve.
one knows what's going on in my mind.
Heart on their sleeve.
Yeah. I got my heart on my sleeve. Yo, that's it. And I'm like, yo, sort the shit out. We'll deal with it, whatever. Right? I'm like, is that the inner Gen Xer in me? Or identify as a Gen Xer?
That's where you cross the line.
Yeah, that's where I cross the line.
That's where you cross the line.
But then I heard that these motherfuckers made a new phrase called the Xennials.
The Xennials.
Yeah, so the Xennials and stuff are like let's say, I guess we would quantify, because like Gen X stops at 1980.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So from 81 to 1996, this is the millennials.
That's millennials.
the 85 to 81
Yeah.
relate a lot more to the Gen Xers.
Got
So
it.
I fall in that kind of world and
Right.
landscape and stuff, right?
Right.
So I can understand. The differences and stuff, I think we don't communicate amongst each other enough, but I realize you guys don't like to teach. So
Yeah.
how do you guys, how do we solve this?
You, there's something to say about family.
What do you mean by that?
Because I think that's where kind of the cross may happen, because you may have cousins
Mhm.
who are Gen X's,
Mhm.
right? That kind of mingle with the millennials,
Mhm.
right? So in that co-mingling, that exchange exists. It may not happen outside of that because it's like, fuck everybody else who's not family. But because they still kind of deem family,
Mhm.
it's like to my nieces and my nephews, I'm the cool uncle.
Right. But and I think our family is not unique, but it is kind of unique in a way because it's kind of like we have an arsenal of, let's say, like aunts and uncles,
Right.
right?
Right.
And the age range would say where your mother would sit and where my father would sit, because my father is the last boy,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
He's the last boy, and your mom is one of the top girls.
Right.
So by the time my father's getting ready to pop off his kids, your mom already been start having her kids.
Right.
So that's the reason why you're the baby
Yes.
and I'm my father's baby,
Yes.
and we have 11 years gap,
Right.
but we're first cousins.
But we're first cousins. Right?
Right.
And then you look at
Other people with the age gap like that, whatever, they're like second cousins.
But not even. Then you look at your father,
Right.
right? And my brother. Their age gap is not that big.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
So now they rolling with each other, hanging with each other,
Mhm.
right? And I'm pretty sure whatever teachings that your father may have gotten from his older siblings may have trickled down to my brother.
Mhm.
Not only that, I mean, they're coming from a household in Jamaica where it's not it's not it's not strange for uncles and nephews, nieces, aunts and nieces
To kick it.
to grow up together.
Mhm.
Right?
Right.
And then when I was really digging into this
Mhm.
and started like really looking at it and start trying to think about how much of a family dynamic plays in all of this,
Mhm.
I started thinking about back to my teenage years going to high school,
Okay.
right? I only had one other friend who had both parents at home.
Mm.
All the rest of my friends was
Single
was
parents.
single parents, right? So now, if I'm looking at it from a perspective from that, right? I'm getting probably more traditional values handed down to me
compared to your
compared
other friends
compared to my other friends
who have single parents
who
where they
have
just
single
might
parents.
half or 50%
Right?
of what.
And then if you look at if you look at a generation just above me, the
Mhm.
baby boomers, majority of those people was a two-parent household.
I wouldn't say for the dominant portion.
Yeah.
Because back then it was like there's no divorce. You shut up
You
and
shut-
you
you-
shut up and ride it out.
Right.
Right.
Right. And it was until like I said, my generation was like you started to see the more divorce things, right?
Mhm.
And then
My generation, they just baby mamas and baby daddies.
but that's it.
So
Because now
the family dynamic.
the family dynamic is like they never grew up with a father in the household. So it was much easier for them to say, I don't gotta be around. I just gotta make babies.
And that would dictate how your personality and everything would change from there. You're right. You're right. The family family piece is a key component.
Key component.
Is a key component. Okay.
It's
Go ahead.
sorry to cut you. It's
No,
because like you look at me like as a handyman, like a handy person.
Mhm.
But I grew up around watching my dad fix shit around the house.
Right.
Just have tools lying around to the day, I just, what does this tool do? What does this tool do? You know what I mean? And experiment with tools,
Mhm.
right? So, and again, like I didn't have friends who had or were like that.
Mhm.
But again, there's certain things that we had to figure out on our own. Like a lot of my friends know how to change car brakes.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nice.
how many of your friends know how to change car brakes?
Probably just one.
Probably just one, right?
Probably just one. And like friend who's not mechanic, probably
Yeah.
just one.
Yeah, and see, and that's what I'm saying. It's like we did it out of necessity because we barely had money for gas.
That's what and see for me, for us, as a millennial, I would say our bad thing would be and it might be for you guys too, but I think it's more for us. Effort equals outcome.
Mm.
Right? If you work hard, you'll be rewarded to the high level.
Right.
If you go to school and bust your ass, you'll be rewarded with a good job. And the millennials, I don't know if you've seen, there's a lot of reports on us where like a lot of us graduated from school and a lot of us couldn't find jobs.
Couldn't find jobs. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So your hard work didn't, your effort didn't equal the outcome.
The payoff that you were expecting, just it wasn't there.
So a lot of us, like our visions and stuff are kind of obscured.
Yeah.
From that, and that's a major bad that I see a lot of times stuff with us. It's not even, and I'm not holding like these younger kids and stuff to a fault because like we were talking about like some of the starter jobs for the kids.
Yeah.
They can't even get now because
those are gone.
immigrants and stuff are now coming in
Right.
and taking those and stuff, right? But in the most parts and stuff, whatever, you still have a parent dynamic to kind of hold you down.
Yeah.
For us now, I would say if Gen Z people are even in their 30s and stuff, they say millennials and stuff are like 30s and 40s now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people in 30s and 40s and stuff, either they probably might not have enough bread, haven't figured it out, or they realize and stuff like nothing in this world and stuff, whatever, is really true.
Right.
Right? And I was going to ask you, pertaining to your generation and stuff, whatever, for you guys trusting the world, is it a cynical thing or is it a recognizing pattern?
I think it's a recognizing pattern.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a recognizing pattern. Just watching certain things and seeing how certain things play out, and just understanding that the outcome that everybody has told us previously doesn't stand. It doesn't stand true, right? And it's funny because I say this whenever I see people argue about, again, when we go back to politics, right? When I say you really gotta just, when we say you really gotta just vote for whatever you believe in that's gonna work for you.
Yes, sir.
And leave it at there. This whole blaming one side for problems, then blaming the next side for problems. Guess what? They all contribute to the same problems. And thinking that you're gonna vote in the next party in that's gonna fix the problems of the last party.
Yeah,
that's a pipe dream.
That's a pipe dream.
That's a pipe dream.
That is.
They might come in, they might fix one or two, but guess what? When they come in and fix one or two, they're creating maybe 3 or 4.
You're right.
That the next administration has to come in and now try to fix.
So pattern recognition and stuff is more of that. I think, because I'm a natural cynical person, I just thought that like you guys don't socialize as much, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but I want to say when you guys socialize, it's more for like surface level shit.
Right.
I feel like the millennials and especially the Gen Zs, like for us, the one good thing about us, we kind of help open up the frequency in the conversation of mental health.
Yes.
And therapy.
Yes.
Right? And then a lot of you guys will look at it stuff. It's like, yeah, you're not cool for Cocoa Puffs. Yeah, he might be on, or they might be onto something and stuff. They still complain because you guys still don't like to teach.
Right.
Right? But with us, it's kind of like we have finally come to the time or the age to understand the pattern recognition now.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Where before, I want to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm going by off head and stuff, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Were there any kind of, let's say, to your knowledge, right? Let's say middle school time for you. Middle school, give me a year approximation and stuff, like mid-80s?
Yeah,
mid-80s and stuff. When did the Challenger go down?
Oh, Challenger went this.
Because again, like see things like that, like even something like the Challenger crashing and blowing up.
86 around. I think it was around 86.
Okay,
I think around there.
so I'm still too young to process that, right?
Right.
About that, but you now as a Gen Xer, you're seeing this now. When you see these other like launches to going off to space, do you assume every other thing might be like the Challenger?
No.
That's good.
No.
Because that'd have been more pattern recognition. That'd have been more cynicism.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
cynicism and stuff have been like, yo, the one time you think. That's why I like certain things. I have to see so many things kind of pop off.
I can tell you what now thinking about. I can tell you what it did make me think that it's possible that it can happen. Prior to that, I thought these people are
perfected.
Yeah, these people, they're going to space because this part has already been perfected, and it's never gonna happen, right?
Mhm.
It's always gonna be a successful launch.
And then boom, you see this on TV.
Now I know there's a chance that it may not be a successful launch. I think it would be more successful than not, but there's still that chance in my head that there's not going to be, right? And it's funny, just even going back to
Taking you back.
well, this is just a couple of weeks ago when the world champion skydiver died, when his chute didn't open. I always say to myself, I'm never gonna do it because I'm like that, maybe that 1% that chute may not open.
That's cynicism. That's cynicism.
Right?
Yeah.
Knowing how many people have done this and the chute is more reliable than not. But guess what? A couple weeks back, the world champion. How many times has he done it?
Successful enough to even win a championship.
To become a champion.
Right. And then for the one time. Jeez. R.I.P., man. Right. Get to a little lighter thing before
let's lighten it up a bit.
Let's talk about T. Diddy.
T. Diddy.
T. Diddy. Tyra Banks. Is Tyra Banks the female Diddy?
I've yet to watch it. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. But just going through that, you know how they do the little previews and stuff like that. I was like, yo, this looks spicy as hell.
Okay, and again, like I said, I was trying to just take in TV and stuff.
Right. Okay, so that was one of the stuff that you
I stumbled upon that whatever, right? And I was like, this I can get locked into because it has no commercials. But then even in that process, what I said to myself, and I'll ask you and stuff, I want to call it failure porn.
Yeah.
But I think the word that I found when I was doing research at the time I was watching it was hate watching.
Hate watching.
Right? In today's time, why do we glorify hate watching? We like to see people's downfall. Why do we like to see people's downfall more than their champion story? Like if you saw a documentary about how somebody persevered,
right?
And like they went from nothing to something. We not too many people root for that so much, whatever, right?
Yeah.
I can tell you this: me as a person who didn't watch enough of America's Next Top Model, like I want to say, I know enough. Like definitely, like the Tiffany girl from the "We're all rooting for you, Tiffany." You know that meme was everywhere. Right. The Family Guy, all over, right? To other little parts, but I know enough about. Like I want to say, I don't even know that much about America's Next Top Model, but I can tell you this for a fact: I lined my ass up and watched all 3 episodes back to back.
Really?
And I was like, that's
the
human nature. And that's
now
what I'm
gonna go,
right. And the human nature and stuff. I'm like, this is the same thing when it came to the fucking Diddy thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's people's fascination with watching people's downfall?
You know what it is? I think we're so used to seeing people win. And again, we're
tired of people winning.
No, it's not that we're tired of
seeing people win.
People winning. It's just that they project such a perfect life. When you always say to yourself, "Why is my life not that perfect? Why is it this, that, and the third?" So when you see that their life is not that perfect, and that there is actually something that's problematic somewhere lying in there, I think that's why people kind of tune in and kind of like absorb it to say, yeah, I knew you weren't human. I knew you weren't superhuman. You're human just like the rest of us.
From let's minus entertainers, let's minus celebrities, let's minus any public figure.
Yeah.
Do you believe human beings all go through good and bad moments in their life?
I believe so.
Why are they the exception to the rule then?
No, I don't think that. I don't think that they're the exception. I think just because. I don't know. I think it's because again with the superstar status or with that fame and notoriety,
Mm-hmm.
people kind of choose to forget that they're human.
Yes. Perfect answer. Well said. No, because I've seen that thousands of times, whatever, right? Like when it comes to like a well-known public figure or musician,
Yeah.
fuck, people they go in, they like, you got the stands will come out and I'm like, you make it seem like that celebrity can shit gold bricks.
Right. Yeah.
Like there are people just like us.
Just like us.
We might have diarrhea and everything.
One
like,
pant leg at a time.
yeah. You know, you're right. I think we don't think they're human and stuff when they get to a specific point. So I guess we like to watch the gods so-called fall. Damn, dog, that sucks.
It does. It does.
Yo, that's not nice.
But think about it. Okay, think about a celebrity,
Mhm.
right? Where we see their imperfections
Mhm.
constantly. You know what I mean? So now when it does come to a point like that, it's almost like, oh, we already know that person is like that. We already know that person has gone down that road. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We're less excited to see their next downfall.
I feel like most of the time, if you make yourself seen a lot,
Yeah.
you attract unwanted hate.
Mm.
And I feel like if they, like, for example, I believe his name is Robert Smith, the one who donated money to Morehouse, I think Morehouse or something
Okay,
like that, whatever,
yeah.
the billionaire.
Yeah.
Before that moment, I never knew he existed.
Me neither.
A good portion of the world didn't know he friggin' existed
Right.
until he did set thing and stuff. And I feel like really the less eyes on you and stuff, whatever, the less hate you attain.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
We do live in a world where people, let's say this. If you're liked, you're safe.
Mhm.
And if you're not liked, you're not safe. And I think in Tyra's situation, for the most part, in the early parts before Top Model, we liked her, we loved her, because especially as a black model,
Yeah.
a black supermodel and stuff. But we still have to understand the dynamics that we never, I don't know about you guys, but I always thought models were not nice people. Like models were not friendly and stuff. So if you were that guy and you pulled a model chick,
Yeah.
congratulations,
Yeah.
you got a little charisma to you or something like that, right?
Right.
Heidi Klum probably been like the warmest supermodel that I've seen
Okay.
in a long time. Giselle doesn't strike me as that. No shade to Giselle. Naomi Campbell had her whole thing with the maid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't expect Tyra to be anyone different. And I'm not knocking like her for that aspect.
Yeah.
The part I'm knocking Tyra and stuff is that like, yo, I don't know. This is because she's 50, right? So she's like a year younger than you and stuff. Whatever, right?
Okay.
So she's 50, pushing 51. And I was looking at her, I was like, I think it's the Gen X thing and stuff. Is like, yo, I don't give a fuck about y'all niggas. I'm in my zone. And I don't want to teach y'all to be great anyway. Because in this documentary thing, she's saying she helped this, that, and third, this person elevate and stuff. And I was like, wait, this fucker bring up Winnie Harlow. I was watching them like she's gonna say Winnie Harlow.
Yeah.
Shout out to Toronto for Winnie
Right.
Harlow or
Right.
Chanel, right?
Yeah.
And when Winnie came, look at Winnie Harlow and blah, 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 whatever. I was like, Winnie did everything on her own
On her own.
because of her looks.
Yeah.
And her unique confidence
Yeah.
with her looks. Because a lot of people with vitiligo don't have that confidence
No.
compared to Winnie Harlow.
Right.
What the fuck did Tyra do? Even in the documentary, they're saying that a lot of people wouldn't even look at them as models. They look at them as reality stars.
Mm.
So Tyra didn't do shit. And Tyra's looking like, yo, I opened up the doors for you guys. fuck what you guys are on. Yo, I was like, give it Gen X. As I just learned about a good about Gen X, give it Gen X right here. How old is she? I had to Google it. I'm like, fucking Smooth's tribe right here. Yo, is everything okay, Smooth? Yeah, everything's fine. Everything's perfect over here.
Okay.
No, he's not giving a fuck about shit. I was like,
Can you show me this? No.
No. Crazy. Because even
It's crazy. It is crazy.
because I think the reason why like I even mentioned like Tyra and stuff is because when it came down to like again, not only with this failure porn thing that I'm calling it,
Yeah.
but it just comes to a point where we don't care about success stories no more. We hype downfalls more than we hype success stories.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? So so while we're talking about it, I'm also thinking about the reverse of it, right? Because I'm thinking also when the actor Mickey Rourke was in Down and Out, then he got the role for The Wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were championing that comeback. Then I started thinking of Johnny Depp.
Before the Amber Turd?
Before the Amber Turd. Before
with his drinking issues and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay. You're right.
Then I started thinking of Iron Man.
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
When we and that's what I'm saying. Like those things we seen publicly. So they were okay. We know that dude is a problem. That dude has a problem like regular people. So now when we're seeing them now start to come back now, I think now we start saying, okay, you know what? We champion that because we see they rose from the spirit. They were in the spirit. They were able to pull themselves out of that and now become successful once again.
Something changed and stuff within the world where I believe at that portion, like that's why I asked you the Johnny Depp, like before the Amber Turd thing.
Yeah.
Because it was more highlighted on like the comeback stories then. I think because even the Mickey Rourke and the wrestler aspect and stuff for that was like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Right? 2010s and then beyond to like now, whatever. They're like, yo, Doug, what kind of dirt you got on you? We want to know what, like you're saying, to separate you from being like one of us. Like we need to know why you pose like this. What makes you one of us so we can look at you as a human being?
Right.
Right? And I want to say you're right. There was a time when, Robert Downey was down and out. A lot of them were down and out. We were championing their thing and stuff. And then when they made their comeback, I think Chris Brown is one of the lucky people and stuff too, because he made a bounce back right before the 2010s when everything went to straight shitville.
Yeah.
That's why he was able to recover his career. Because other people and stuff like that, when they had their things, they weren't able to recover their career to a decent level because we're more concerned about the downfall.
Right.
Of everything, right? And I always like when the people, like, okay, they're expecting your downfall and they still persevere.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, let them know. Like when Tiger Woods, after the whole thing with his wife,
yeah,
and then he won something and stuff after that, whatever, because they're like, Tiger never win again.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
Shut them down completely.
We got to do better as a society, man.
It's
bro, crazy, man.
It is, man.
Shout out to Netflix, the real El Chapo out here. Yo, my last thing and stuff before we go to the question of the week is I have so much, but I'll keep it short. Who sells more? Who sells more in addiction, Netflix or drugs, in 2025?
Ooh, Netflix.
Okay. I got my answer. Bless
Netflix.
I appreciate you. Yeah, because from Trump blowing up boats to drug raids after drug raids, you see Toronto had a few of them things and stuff where they bust, seized, and raised all types of guns and money and shit. And Montreal had a whole thing. Ryan Wedding got caught and everything. No, Netflix is still running because even if I don't have Netflix and I know you have Netflix, I'm asking you to borrow your code so I can get my Netflix fix.
You need that fix.
I need my Netflix.
You need that fix.
I think, yeah. And I'm pretty sure they have more downfall stories.
Listen, man, I was talking to, shout out to Hutch. I was talking to Hutch the other day.
What's up, Hutch?
And we were talking about the whole thing. He's like, yo, he goes, are we the ones that gave like the streaming services all this power to do what do what they're doing? I said
No.
yes, and I said yes and no.
What's your okay? Give me your yes.
So my yes was in believing in what they were doing and not being either either cynical or recognizing patterns, right?
Motherfuckers recognize a pattern.
Listen, they sold us on the idea
Hmm.
that we're better than cable because you do not get commercials. Because of that, people ran to the streaming services, right? Because what? They didn't want commercials. Once these streaming platforms realized, gotcha, bitch. What did they do?
No commercials. I think when you bust my head with the Prime thing that one time when I saw you,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna watch something and stuff, whatever. But it's like 3 major commercials have to run before the flick starts. And I was like, yeah. And then I was kicked back and stuff, whatever, and a little boo-boo motion and stuff, whatever. Wonder Woman watching the relationship goals flick.
Right.
The Method Man and Kelly Rowland and stuff.
Right.
I was like, oh boy. Good thing you got Prime. Commercials. And I saw right in the corner, I see 3 minutes. I can go piss and come back. And come.
They are wild with it. I'm telling Hutch.
We
I'm
gave
like,
him that power.
Hutch is around my age. And I said to Hutch, you can't remember the YouTube that had no commercials?
I love YouTube back then.
Yeah, I'm trying to, and he couldn't. It's been dominated with commercials for so long. He can't remember when it had no commercials. I said, Hutch, there was a time when I used to watch anything and everything on YouTube.
Before the anime streaming services came up like popping like that,
Yeah.
I watched all my anime on YouTube. And I would sit there because it's kind of like, I watched this part, and then YouTube had a thing at the time before where they said like, you know what, we're not doing like 30-minute segments and stuff.
Right.
So these fuckers got smart with the anime. They're like, don't worry, we got you. 15 minutes here, 15 minutes here. Whatever, right?
Right.
And I would watch it back to back to back to back, no commercials.
No commercials.
I think the first time I started seeing ads and stuff, whatever, I want to say probably 2011, 2012.
And they first started off with the static ads. They weren't even commercials. It was just like a picture with some text. If you think about it, it wasn't.
Probably.
If you think about it, it wasn't even like they weren't even full
I see so much
commercials.
ads that I'm like, I'm tired of this on YouTube. But it was something similar to that. Then it was something like you automatically just kind of click it away and then start your video.
Right.
And now the fuckers is like, come on, I can't hit skip yet, can't hit skip yet. 3, 2, 1, skip it. All right.
And it could be something that's only 5 minutes long.
It's fucked up.
5 minutes long, and it got like 6 commercials in it.
It's fucked up. The addiction that the hold that Netflix has on people. Everybody has they might have multiple streaming services, but Netflix is still their prime.
It's the top
It's
dog.
still top dog.
It's the top dog.
It's crazy.
And they realize, they understand, they know the game. Like right now, it's like who's over there as far as podcasts now? Because they open up the field. They say, okay, well, everybody else is doing podcast. We're gonna jump into
They
it.
sell addiction. The Netflix sells addiction. When was it? Is it Russell Hastings? Reed Hastings,
Okay.
CEO for Netflix.
Yeah.
The man said their competition is sleep. Only people who sell addiction and stuff, whatever, speaking like that.
There you
Your
go.
competition, Netflix
There you
competition
go.
is sleep.
There you go.
No further questions. Let's get to the question of the week. Question of the week. If you had 30 seconds to talk to your 10-year-old self, what would you say?
To my 10-year-old self?
10-year-old. Like we're talking about this kid stuff, but think about it.
Yeah.
You now approaching your young ass self, whatever, like, hey kid, I'm you in the future. Stranger danger. Yo. What would you say to yourself? You only had 30 seconds to cook.
Try your hardest not to let go of your inner child.
I like that.
Yeah. That's what I would tell my 10-year-old self.
Invest, young Marv.
I like that too.
Invest. Young Marv, invest. There will be a website. Call YouTube. It will come up in 2004.
Matter of fact, just read the tech papers.
When they have an IPO, it would make sense. He's probably like, what's an IPO? Remember to invest in you and Tube. I gotta go.
Gotta go.
I gotta go. You and Tube. Invest. Because I know me, I'd have been like, Mommy, I saw some weird guy and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
He said he's me for the future. He said, invest in YouTube. My mom's like, I wanna go sit down. But I won't forget the interaction with the older man.
He wouldn't forget.
I wouldn't forget.
He won't forget.
I wouldn't forget. Me, no. I wouldn't forget. No, knowing who I am, I won't. But that's good. Yeah, don't lose your inner child. I haven't lost my inner child yet.
That's good.
I think, yeah, a lot of people are in custody battles with their inner child.
Yeah.
I am not. I always look, and it might be asked backwards in some people's world. I feel like once I've gone ahead and I've got to a point where I'm not fully inspired,
Right.
I go back.
Mm.
I go back to see. So say, for example, even like podcast research, 300 plus 400, going 400 episodes.
Yeah.
Content.
Yeah.
Episodes are not the same.
Yeah.
I go till I get inspired, and if not, then I go back and I start looking at the root of things.
Right.
I am me. What are my problems? What could I be better on? What could I see myself doing? What could I see Smooth doing? What problems Smooth might be having? What problems are we getting as a collective and stuff, whatever. Remember, like, and think about all things we talk about, from people not supporting us,
Yeah.
to people supporting us,
Yeah.
to people not liking content, to people liking content and stuff like that, whatever. So I go back from like, I'm inspired enough till I feel like I'm probably stagnant.
Yeah.
And I look back.
Okay.
And then from there, that catapults my stagnation
Yeah.
forward again with a whole nother drive.
Good stuff.
So that's more of myself. Like, I just learned to do that, to always go back and look back. So even the same thing, like, I have no problem. I think the other day I laughed at myself. I went to go watch Lion King.
Really?
I haven't saw Lion King, like the full Lion King movie, in like forever, because it's my son,
Yeah.
right? And he loves Aladdin. And the fact that I was able to get him to watch Lion King, I was like, damn. And then I realized how much I know so much of this movie and stuff, whatever. I was like,
Yeah.
this is a beautiful thing. And I was like, I can't explain to him what a VHS is when everything is fucking Disney Plus.
Streaming.
I was like, this is where this conversation ends.
It's like there's not even there's no more physical medium. We used to have stuff in our hands.
And that's the part where I believe in stuff. It's not on us, it's on them. On how we made streaming services and other places and stuff rich, because we stopped buying into like the whole the physicality of things.
Yeah.
And they gave us this, and it's kind of like streaming service was high, and they still sell CDs. People still are not buying CDs.
Yeah.
So there's no way CDs or stuff will ever kind of come back.
Yeah, it's gonna come back. No.
Right? We fed them. Fuck, Netflix was in a place before. Not to even harp back on these fuckers.
Hmm?
They used to give yearly subscriptions.
Yeah.
They don't do that, because yearly subscriptions mean discounts.
Of course.
They're here to suck your pockets dry.
Dry.
Hey boy, here we go. Let's get to the Ask the Sons.
Ask the Sons.
Are you ready?
I'm
First,
ready.
Ask the Sons comes from Cracker Blind. Cracker Blind says, if you're someone who likes morning sex, how do you deal with morning breath without making it awkward?
Back shots. Problem solved. I lie?
Not true.
All right.
Doggy style. Yes, back shots. You answer that so fucking
Come on, man.
fast.
Come on, man.
You're goated. You're goated. That's goated moves right there. Only a G would say some shit like that. All right, that was a quick one. Next question comes from Hot Sauce High. What's the moment that you realize that you're dating someone you're dating isn't the one?
Ooh.
I know I dated a chick one time and stuff, and she said that it turned me off completely. She said she doesn't want to get married because all men cheat. I said, well, I never cheated, and not all men do cheat and stuff, whatever. She said if we were married and you cheated on me, I fuck your best friend. You are not the one.
You're definitely,
Yo.
you're definitely not the one.
I was like, what? Are you high? I was like, wow. No, but I think for the most part, I had a good relationship going,
Yeah,
and it's kind of like where you see goals, like certain goals have to line up, and if your goals don't line up, then it's a problem. I think it's a blessing, like even like to people like such as yourself and
Yeah.
long relationships. It is a blessing. It is a privilege. It's a miracle to get somebody that can be with you in your 20s because you were a different person in your 20s,
right.
in your 30s because you were a different person in your 30s, in your 40s, and you've even made it to your 50s. To have somebody to transition with you from the 20s to 30s to 40s to the 50s, that is
It's-
a feat and a blessing.
It is.
dog.
It is. It is. I agree 100% with
I
that.
am not the same person I was in my 30s.
Yeah.
And in my 30s and my 40s, I'm a little bit similar, but I'm more efficient. I don't like
Okay.
to waste time.
Yeah.
If I feel like it's gonna waste time, I like to avoid it in my 40s and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
A lesson can come from it,
hmm
but I think what as much as I learned from my 30s, that's it. Now bring it back now to let's say even a relationship level and stuff, right? I got married in my 20s and ended marriage and stuff in my 30s.
Okay.
Right? The type of person that I was in my 20s going into my 30s, I changed. I wouldn't even put it on her.
I can see that.
I wouldn't put that on her. I want to say something about around my 29th birthday.
Yeah.
I start understanding so much more of the world
Okay.
and my standpoint. And I came to a point where I looked at my partner at the time or my wife at the time, and I let it be known about the changes that I was going through,
Right.
because I would hope that if she's going through changes, and she went through some changes,
Mhm.
and I was willing, and I wrote out the changes and stuff like that, but she didn't write out the changes and stuff that was in my world,
Right.
right? It was hard for me to say, yeah, I can date any woman and stuff like that, right? Because I want to say a level of charm and a personality can get you, can get you some panties.
Yeah.
Right. But for the person that I am, like on a deeper level, past like the surface levels of what most people can see, I don't think I can match with so many women to that level. So it's harder for me to kind of like legit find somebody
Yeah.
and kind of get that, understand the changes and stuff, whatever. Right. So again, in the 30s, I wasn't really with anybody. I was kind of exploring
Right.
and kind of get my bearings and stuff back. In my 40s and stuff, I have a different perspective and stuff. So to the fact to be with somebody, I have a better perspective of being with somebody in my 40s
Yeah.
because I understand stuff. I've changed. I am Timothy Jimenez.
Right.
I am him.
Yeah.
Right? For the woman on the other side, I don't know if she's went through her chrysalis, her metamorphosis
Right.
and stuff like that. I would hope if you're meeting me, you better be already on that. That already happened. If
Right.
not, we're not gonna match up.
Mm.
We're not gonna match up. So
For me, I've come to respect and expect
respect.
a certain level of modesty.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think
You never respected modesty before? You liked your chicks out here with the tits all out and
well, as far as just wanting to probably smash, yes.
Mm.
But as relationship wise, I've always looked at and expected and respected a certain level of listen, man, I stopped talking to a girl because she farted too early.
yeah, that's reasonable. Especially if it's rotten egg type of smell. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, this is when this
somebody's
is
cussing you right
this
now.
is the-
Somebody's
she
cussing you
goes-
right now.
she goes,
Oh my God, you farted? You think you're perfect? You think you're perfect? Huh? That's your average?
But I've been around modest women who have left the room to go toot,
Yes, I've been with women and stuff like that as well too.
then come back because they wanted to display a certain type of modesty. I mean, this
You're right. I've learned to respect modesty now. When you, in hindsight, when you're saying it, you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. that she just let one rip right in front of me. I'm like, I was like, ugh.
Did she kick up the leg?
No,
Oh.
she had the nerve to look at me like and chuckle it off after. I'm like, nah, that's a turn off.
That
I'm
pussy
sorry.
stank. That pussy stank.
I'm sorry.
That pussy stank.
I wasn't saying it long enough to figure that out.
That vagina ain't stank. That vagina stank. I understand why you left, sir. I understand why you left.
You know, steam up your panties.
Hot pup. Out of pocket. Okay. Last Ask the Sons question comes from Black Hat Clone. The hacker?
I was about to say, sound hackerish.
Black Hat Clone. What is something that happened to you that most people wouldn't believe? Most of my life situations. Most of my life situations. Somebody actually somebody actually said to me and stuff, whatever, like, yo, I think some of the things you say on the podcast, you make it up and stuff, whatever. I said, you have a Bible nearby? And some person opened up a Bible app. I put my hand on their phone. I'm like, I swear on to you, it's my life. I give you a wild story and stuff, but I thought about it. Shout out to salute to Ben Punkass and stuff, whatever. His wedding anniversary popped off.
Shout out, Ben.
So we were 2026.
Yeah.
He got married right before the pandemic kicked in. Beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, you were there.
I was there.
Yeah. The ceremony. Let's say this. What killed me? Everything from the 24 hours. So he got married February 15th. I'm giving his business out. February 14th is Valentine's Day. Wedding rehearsal.
Right.
Last wedding rehearsal before wedding.
Yeah.
I'm dating. Yeah, I can't do nothing too much on Valentine's Day after I leave work because I got to go to my best friend's wedding rehearsal. Just say you got other hoes. No. I have a wedding to go to.
Right.
Can I show you some? You probably just Google it. I'm like, oh my God. No one's believing me.
Nobody's believing.
I go to the wedding rehearsal. Me too. I actually put it in my Instagram story.
Yeah.
Make sure she sees
Make
it.
sure she see it.
She viewed it. She didn't like it. She just watched it.
She just watched
so
it.
I was like, I called it when I was done, like, yeah, I know it's about like 9-ish and stuff for her, but like, I don't know if you want to go grab like a quick coffee or something or a quick little 1-2 meal somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm good. I was like, all right. This shit is already pissing me off that I couldn't even get no pussy on Valentine's Day. So I was like, cool, let me go get ready for this wedding and stuff tomorrow and everything like that, whatever. So I went to the barbershop to go get lined up, went home to go take a shower. I was getting all my things kind of like together for the next day.
Yeah.
And to give a little quick reference and stuff, or to speed up to like the day of and stuff, during the wedding reception or the wedding rehearsal, I don't know what was said about a Bible verse that was supposed to be spit.
Okay.
And I took it like for whatever, but I'm a homie. I ride or die for my homies and stuff, whatever, right?
Of course.
So the person who was supposed to read it, she tapped out. She said it's too chauvinistic, too misogynist, too much misogyny going on.
Right.
She's not messing with it. I'm like, it's the Bible. We're in a limo at the church.
Right.
At the time when they choose me to be the next person and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
They have the Bible verse down there and it's finally making its way to the back of the limo.
Right.
Where I see this shit. I was looking like, but before my homie's like, Marv, would you please?
Yeah.
I'm like, I got you.
Yeah.
Then I get the Bible verse stuff to my hand. I'm looking like, God damn.
If you had seen the Bible verse first,
I would have probably passed it to his brother. I'm like, you gotta stand up for your brother. Wagwan. And then I did it. I think Peter 1 or Peter 3 and like verse 1 to 9.
Yeah.
Like a woman's supposed to call her husband master. You know, the S word people have a problem with is snow and submit. Those are the S words people have problems with, whatever. You can tell it won't go well. I'm in the church, stand up in the church. And when I got to that part and stuff, whatever, I just looked them like.
No eye contacts.
Hello, everybody. And I said my piece.
Yeah.
My homie's wife, her father, R.I.P. rest his soul, passed. Her
Okay.
brother walked her down the aisle. Her brother was in the wedding.
Yeah.
Her brother's woman, her brother was part of like the wedding party and stuff for her. But she's like, could you walk down with his woman
Right.
and you walk down with your woman and stuff, whatever, too? So no one else in the wedding walked down with two women on their arms.
So now you're
But
looking like
me.
a complete slime
Pimp.
ball.
I got called a pimp. They're like, you came into church with two non-black women during Black History Month,
Yeah.
February 15th.
Talking about these ladies should be a slave.
If I didn't have real life people to witness it, I know for a fact,
Yeah.
no one would believe me if I told the story. I'm telling the story today, confirmed with Ben and Semi, if I'm lying. And I was like, I thought about it that day. I'm like, why God? Why me?
Why me? Why me?
Why me?
Why me?
Like, what? My life.
Yeah,
Situations.
like, man. With me, it's always telling people that, you know, I witnessed a miracle with myself, that I walked away from a car that flipped 2 times
Yeah.
and hit a light pole.
And wrapped around.
Yeah. And they had to take the jaws of life, cut the car open, and I came out with just little nicks on my hand.
Yeah.
Anytime I tell somebody that story, they're like, "You're lying." I said, "Yeah, I literally walked out of an accident that killed most people."
You know what the thing was? When your mom passed,
Yeah.
some of her former coworkers came to the wedding, to the funeral.
Okay.
And when they came to the funeral and stuff, I knew like 2 of them ended up working at my hospital because they worked at your mom's hospital,
Right.
and ended up working at my hospital and stuff, whatever, right? And when you were speaking and stuff about your mom and everything, 2 of the ladies is like, is that the one that survived the car accident that it wrapped around the light pole? I was like, shit, you know about that? They're like, apparently it made like radio and like news and stuff to some places.
It was
because when they explained it and stuff, they're like, yeah, it was Gloria's son. And then they were saying like it was on the, I'm like, it made radio and everything. I was like, yeah. They're like, is he good? I was like, yeah, he walked out, with the good grace of God and stuff, whatever. Like, to my knowledge, a few nicks. During the funeral, we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
And then they was like, oh. And I'm like, shit. And I was like, damn, this accident must have been more gruesome than I thought.
Bro, when I literally, because everything was said and done as far as like the accident happened before the ambulance had gotten to me, my whole concern was this car is gonna blow. Because you watch Hollywood, it always ends up in an explosion. And it's like the friend who was with me at the time is like, no, turn off the car, because the car was still running.
Yeah, you got to turn that shit
So I
off.
had to turn the car off.
Kill it.
And I wanted to come out, but the door literally, the
Crush
door was
you,
pinned
pin you
here,
in.
and the steering wheel was resting right on top of my knee, and it was only God had stopped me from not losing that leg.
Shit.
And then I tell people like that, and they're like, yeah, whatever. I said, back then I wish I had social media.
Oh, you did a post on the car?
This is the car.
You fucking bootleg millennial.
This is the car.
Car accident.
Listen.
My leg pin. Hashtag, I don't know what I'm going to do tonight. The fuck?
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed. Oh, am I blessed? Am I blessed? Am I blessed? Well done. Yeah, I see that, man. Well, these are true stories.
These are true stories, man.
These are
We're
true
sticking
stories.
to it.
Yeah, we sticking to them. There's proof out there. There's people you can ask
There's people.
to confirm that these are not lies. Okay. Let's slap these people with a so say the sun, get a little motivation. Little motivation for the week. Ooh, that's a classic right there. I'm not gonna come with the classic too much, whatever. We'll come with this one. Ready?
I'm ready.
Greatness doesn't come from occasionally, it comes from consistently.
So says the Suns.
You can't half-ass do some shit periodically and think you're gonna be great like that, whatever. Going back to the business aspect. This is why a lot of businesses and stuff do go under and everything. And I think some marriages kind of rely on the other person kind of putting in the consistent work
Right.
until they're tired.
Until they're tired.
until they're tired. So it's not occasionally you'll do something and stuff, whatever, and be great. You have to do it consistently to be great.
Yeah.
So once again, greatness doesn't come from occasionally, it comes from consistently.
So says the Sons.
We are here, folks. We
We're
appreciate
here,
you
man.
guys rocking with us. And you see, we to and fro, we still come back full circle for y'all to give y'all the wisdom and stuff, whatever.
There it is,
Do the
man.
nonsense and stuff. And don't forget to take in that T. Diddy. No, I
I'm,
fucking with
I'm definitely gonna take it in.
It's you gotta take it in T.
I'm
Diddy.
definitely gonna take it in. Now that you said, because it's funny, I just seen the preview like earlier today before
I know, because you're a man that love documentaries.
Right.
So I know I'm like,
No, but you know what it is? Wifey don't like documentaries. So when I watch the doc, it's usually
You buy
me
it
by
Dolo.
myself. I gotta find myself Dolo and I do
yeah,
it.
because remember, your punk ass got me caught up in the cyanide and curry.
Oh,
I was like, what is this? I was like, all right, shit, there's more episodes? Sue, run the next one. Next thing you know, I'm on in the Netflix trap with you. But yes, man, folks, we appreciate you
We
guys. Thank you for
appreciate
rocking
you,
with us, man.
100%,
Like,
man.
comment, subscribe, all the above.
Yeah.
Ask the Sons questions, great as usual. We appreciate them. Keep sending them in. Keep participating to the polls, and we'll see you guys on the socials. Until next week, man. Thank you for listening to the Particle Sons. Always remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits.
Peace and love.
Y'all go be great.
The Particle Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.